Yeah, can you see that? I just got a letter of prosecution. Why I have been prosecuted by the British police. I want to read this letter with you guys. When did this happen? I might flash back, and this is 8 days after this happened. This allegation will be supported by photographic evidence in court from a device approved by the Home Office. If you do not provide this information, you will be fined up to £1,000. I can't defend that. If you haven't learned anything from this video, only 2 things I want you to learn. People are here to watch you. People are here to monitor you. For the residents, you dare not misbehave. No. Don't sympathize with me. Don't, because I did it. I'm not here to defend any wrongdoings. No, I'm not here to defend myself. See, this country called United Kingdom will humble you. I'm telling you, irrespective of who you are, the United Kingdom will not only shock you, but will humble you. Yeah? So, a couple of minutes ago, I was just at home. I'm going to explain to you why I have been prosecuted by the British police. Hopefully, by the time I bring out this video, I would have sorted out, because obviously, anytime I bring a video out, I try to sort the issue or the situation at hand before I post the video. So by the time I post this video, I would have hopefully sorted myself out with the police, okay? But you guys know that I recently moved into a new address, which is this particular house I am in. Let me adjust my camera. I don't know why, but my camera is misbehaving today. So I just moved into this particular address that I am living in. I've been here for like close to 6 weeks or 6 weeks now. Yes. I was enjoying peace and quiet. I love the new environment, the serenity and everything. I love my new space. And I'm just getting ready to bring my family over. And obviously they'll be here in like a couple of days from the time I'm filming this video, okay? And then I just came back from a night shift. As usual, I was asleep and then I heard a sound on my door. But I didn't really bother to see what it was because I was very tired. So a few minutes ago, I wanted to go to the kitchen to get dinner. And I saw a letter just like out of the, like the door. So I grabbed the letter. I thought it was just one of those, usual, people just send random letters or like letters, but not pertaining to this. I opened the letter and to the shock of my life, I've been prosecuted. I'm just trying to cover my details, but this is the letter of prosecution from the Metropolitan Police. I want to read this letter with you guys so that you know how the UK will humble you. Listen, the reason why I say the UK will humble you is because, listen, no matter how experienced you think you are, no matter how much you think you've learned, no matter how much you think you know, when you come here, you're a new creature. You are like a baby. I've been in the UK for over 2 years, and like certain things keep shocking me. So if you see me looking down, I'm just reading this letter. Yeah, it's a front and back, a long one, of course, front and back. Okay, all right. So you guys know that I drive in the UK, but before then, when I was in Ghana, I have been driving for the past 8 years in Ghana before I came to the UK. So when I started driving, I was a very, very young girl when I learned to drive in Ghana before I came to the UK. And that is one of the greatest things I feel I did to myself. And that is one of the skills I would encourage you to learn, especially if you are looking forward to migrate. And especially if you have children, because it makes commuting to every part of wherever you are very easy. Driving has been a blessing, particularly for me, because it gives me that flexibility to go anywhere, any shift, anywhere that there is work that I feel that I want to go. Driving is very easy. So I got my license at the 4th attempt. So I failed. And on the 4th attempt, I got my license. That is how stressful and how much time it took me. So for the first year, it was just like back to back getting driver's license and all of those bits. So when I got my driver's license, it's been officially a year since I started driving in the UK. And this is the first time I have been prosecuted. So this intended prosecution is based on driving. When I went to Ghana recently in July, as I said, I was driving. In one of my videos, I said, I park my car anywhere, nobody checks nothing. Back home, you have that freedom, and that freedom is something you would never get in a country like this. So the heading of the letter is Notice of Intended Prosecution. It reads, Dear Sir or Madam, under Section 1 of the Road Traffic Offenders Act 1988, we intend to take proceedings against the driver of the following vehicle, which is my vehicle name, my vehicle car number, and the mode that I drive. Alleged offense details: exceed a 30 mph speed limit on a restricted road, automatic camera device. So all this is saying is that I was driving on a road which has an automatic camera device, and here in the UK, almost every road has a camera planted on it. And this particular road, the speed limit was 30 mph, and I exceeded this 30 mph, and the speed camera caught me. So it says that the speed recorded was 41 mph. It means I was driving at 41 mph instead of the supposed 30 mph. The time of the speed was at 8:13 in the morning. The date was 20th November 2022. So then my mind flashed back, and this is 8 days after this happened. So I quickly looked on my calendar to see what I was doing on that day. So on that day, I was from a night duty. It was a Saturday shift into a Sunday morning. So the incidents happened on the 20th of November, which was a Sunday morning. And you guys, if you drive in London, you know that the traffic in London is mad. So on a day when you get the free road, you don't want to look left or right. You just keep going. So, to be honest, I'm laughing, but this is not funny, okay? So, on that day, in that SW70, I remember this road very, very well. Yes, I drove there. At that time, yes, it was true. But to be honest, I didn't see there was a camera planted anywhere or anything. I just drove. Right. So the letter, if you go down, it says that requirements for name and address of the driver. This allegation will be supported by photographic evidence in court from a device approved by the Home Office under Section 172 of the Road Traffic Act 1988. So it means that when we go to court to talk about this matter, they will give me my evidence, photographic evidence. Yeah. If you do not provide this information, you will be fined up to £1,000, receive 6 penalty points, or be disqualified from driving under Section 172(3) Road Traffic Act 1988. It means if I don't respond to this letter they've sent me now, if I begin to be stubborn and I don't respond to this letter, what will follow? £1,000 fine, 6 penalty points on my new, fresh, aromatic license, or I may be disqualified from driving. Taking off. I'll be taken off from driving. But there is a solution, okay? So if you go further down, it says that your legal obligation and options. So it means that you have options. It doesn't mean that they'll fine you or anything, but you have options. It says that you can view the images and calibration certificates for this alleged offense online by visiting. Then there is a link there for me to visit. If you were the driver at the time of the alleged offense, please fill section 1, 2, and 5 over the page. So at the back of the page, it has something filled it already, so I wouldn't show that. So obviously, I am the owner of the car, I'm the registered keeper of the car, and I was the driver of the car at that time. I can't defend that. I can't defend that. But just in case, like the driver, you are the owner of the car, but you were not the driver at that time, then the person who was driving that car at that time also has a section to fill so that they deal with it by themselves. And that is the beauty of it. It says that if you provide this information on time, the driver may be able to take up an additional cost instead of paying a fine and having penalty points on their license, only available before 17th of February 2023. So if I fill these details, they may let me take up courses just to make sure that next time I do the right thing. But if I don't provide this information on this set date they've given me, which is the 17th of February 2023, then I would face all those penalties they've mentioned earlier. And if you think your driver's license is not a UK license, so you can escape it, no. It says that if your driver's license was not issued in the UK, endorse a copy of your license. So one thing is that if your driver's license was not issued in the UK, let's say you're using an international driver's license, you will be fined on that international driver's license, so that later on, when you get your UK driver's license, whatever offense and penalty you've built on that your international driver's license, they will just put it on your new UK license for you. So you'll be driving in arrears. You'll be having arrears on your international license, and they'll just transfer everything back up for you on your new UK license. One may ask, what if I'm using a provisional license? Yes, same. If you're using a provisional driver's license, they will give you the penalty point on that provisional license. And then if you get your full standard driver's license, they will just transfer the point on the driver's license. Somebody may ask, what is point? So point is like penalty charges that they put on your license. I think if you're a new driver and you get more than 6 penalty points within 2 years of getting your license, you are going to be banned from driving in the UK. But basically, the purpose of this video is to tell you guys that the UK will humble you. Yes. If I say I'm a new driver in the UK, doesn't mean that I learned to drive in the UK. No. I've been driving for over 8 years in Ghana before I came to UK. So I know the ins and outs of driving. Okay? But you see here, the laws are very rigid and they are very, very different from back home. If I intend not to respond to this letter, fine, they wouldn't talk. They will fine me £1,000 and put 6 penalty points on my license. And as it stands now, I don't see myself coughing out £1,000 and getting 6 penalty points on a license I've just gotten like 1 year. So what I'll humbly do is to do the course. See, UK is humbling you. It will humble you. It will teach you and it will shock you at the same time. So yes, I'd rather prefer to go for the course and just to go for the course, obviously, to learn more, because I even appreciate learning more. It makes me know the system properly rather than just saying, okay, I'll pay £1,000 fine and get 6 penalty points. That doesn't benefit me as an individual. It doesn't help me. It doesn't mold me. It doesn't shape me. I want to be shaped. I want to learn more. So apart from the fact that I know, obviously, I've read a lot about the driving before I passed I told you I passed on the 4th attempt. So it means that I read a lot and I know a lot. But sometimes certain things will take you by surprise. I didn't know that morning I was going to drive 40 mph on a road that is written 30 mph. And some of these secret cameras is secret. As they said, you don't know that there is a camera there. Sometimes they tell you that there is a camera here. Those ones are not dangerous because you know that there's a camera. So you have to, take your time in those areas. There are some of the cameras, most of the times they'll tell you, but there are some of them, especially the motorway ones, some of them, they won't tell you there's a camera somewhere. So take your time when you are driving. Please take your time. Be very cautious. Know the road, especially in this London. Take your time to drive. And also, if you change address, change your vehicle address to your new address. Okay, so when I was talking about the fact that I slept in my car for days, I was saying one of the reasons why I didn't want to rush to get any house, like any kind of house, is because of this change of address and all of this bit. So when I moved here, it took me a while to change my address because I couldn't find my vehicle registration document that had my details to change my address with the DVSC or DVLA. And that took me a little bit of time. And that is why I'm receiving this letter. It's 29th today. And I was prosecuted on the 20th, so 9 days. And I recently changed my vehicle details. So it's very prompt, it's very good for you to change your vehicle details. If you haven't learned anything from this video, only 2 things I want you to learn is that this UK will humble you. No matter who you are. No matter where you come from. Once you come to this first class country, they have their own system. They have their own rules. They have their own way of doing things. The freedom you enjoy in your country, you won't enjoy it in UK. No. There is always somebody watching you, even at work. Yesterday I was talking to one of my colleagues who has been here for like 5 decades. She's black. She's been here for over 50 years. She's now in her early 70s. And then she was saying that sometimes they just bring people around you, even at work. They will just be chatting with you like you think it's a normal chat. They are gathering information from that your chats to escalate about you. So people are here to watch you. People are here to monitor you. Cameras are here to monitor you. So if you don't see a physical person monitoring you, camera is there. It's monitoring you. My workplace where I am, apart from the external CCTV cameras, some of the resident rooms, they have cameras implanted there. It is recording every single thing you are doing for the residents. You dare not misbehave. No. You dare not misbehave. So this is just a sisterly advice that, I bring you unfiltered truth. So I'm just telling you, I'm going to court. I've been prosecuted. Cameras are watching you. Yeah. And also when you change your address on everything on time. Your vehicle, your voting, like every pertinent thing you've done, change your address on time. So that if there is anything, they can prompt you so that you deal with it promptly before it gets out of hand. So I just felt like sharing this with you guys. Don't sympathize with me. Don't, because I did it. And I have to face my consequences. I'm not here to defend any wrongdoings. No, I'm not here to defend myself because I want to be holier than thou. I have done the offense, yes, and I have to face it. But this is just me advising you that you should be careful and don't be like me. Yeah, I think I'll draw an end to today's video. Put it in the comment section. Let me know if you have faced some of these things before, and let's all learn and interact together. Until we meet again in my next video, guys. Bye.